Okay, the next, it's not really two shirim I want, because the first half the first one was a story, so it doesn't really count. Even though that's what people like more than anything else, but okay, so now the other thing I just wanted to discuss, is not as long, is Gid Hanashe. Simple question is, first of all, why did Sari Shalesav Dafka go for the Yereach Yaakov? Question one. Question two, because Yaakov got hit in the thigh, so why can't I have a Gid Hanashe? Like, what does it have to do? What does it have to do with me? Why should I suffer? Because he hurt his leg and can't walk good, so whatever, 4,000 years later I have to worry about it? It's my problem. So obviously the Torah had Chavanas in it, and it's not Stamazai, so just a little bit. So I just, in the pasuk it says, Vayar ki lo yochol loi. Was pshat. The Sari Shalesav obviously was looking for a pegam in Yaakov. What's wrong with Yaakov? What avera does he have that I could go and shepa and be pegam in him? And so after going through the whole parsha of Yaakov, the only thing they could come up with was that he married Shnei Achayos, he married two sisters, right? You could say there was nothing wrong with marrying two sisters. Why? Because first of all it was Chayda Matan Torah, so he wasn't mechayiv to it. And number two, it was almost ba'inus, because he thought he wanted to marry Rachel, and Lavan tricked him, so he married Leah. Then he wanted to get the one he really wanted, which was Rachel. So he was really tricked into it. And so, almost an inus, not mamish, but almost inus, right? So what was the pegam? So there was nothing wrong with really what he did. So what was the pegam? Say to Mefarshim, I forgot if it's a medrash, I forgot who says it, that he was over Alts Marasayan. Since he married two sisters, so he was over Marasayan. So therefore, he was Pegeya in the Netzach and the Hoid, because one was Rachel, one was Leah, and so he was Pegem in both, because that's where the psul is. He hit him in one. So the question is, which one was it, the right or the left? So that's a machlokes, and there's a zayar that says that Rachel, however you want to understand it, Rachel was attached to Yaakov ach ba'ach, back to back, which means that when the Sarah Shal Yaakov hit him, let's say, in the right leg, so if she's attached to him in the back, so that's the left leg of Rachel, right? And since she's attached, it's as if he was pegim in the left. So why is it negay if he's pegim in the right or the left? As you know, that Sfiras HaHoid is the highest madrega of din, because it's the lowest sphera before Yisod Malchus, and so therefore there's the most din there. So he figured, where's Yaakov's biggest vulnerability? Where's he most vulnerable? In the left Yerach, and Sfiras HaHoid, and that's why he figured he could be pogim him over there. That's why he obviously went for the left leg. Frexach Nachla Kasha, which we said earlier. So why do we have to suffer, so to speak, that we can't eat Gid Hanashe? And it doesn't say it's tam. It says it. Al Kein Lo Yochel Bnei Yisrael Gid Hanashe Ad Hayom Hazeh. Right? It means that you don't see that by any other mitzvah. So on that exact point, I don't have a good teretz. Why dafka Ad Hayom Hazeh? It says Lo Shivashel Gedim B'Chalei V'Imo. It doesn't say Ad Hayom Hazeh. So it may answer it, but you'll tell me if you like it or you don't like it. Well, there's a word like this. Eating this Gid Hanashe, which is Keneged Sfiras HaHoid, is just similar to Macholis HaSuris. That if a person takes into his Pnimius a Macholis HaSuris, so he's taking into him this Midas Hadin. And that Midas Hadin, obviously, like you have the same thing with Macholis HaSuris, it goes into the blood, right? Then it goes mamish from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet, right? And it's paigim kol kulay of that person. So it's not pshat because Yaakov was injured, so we want you to suffer with him. Not the pshat. Pshat is that since it's shaykh, that was a makom pegam in Yaakov, so chas v'sholom, the Klal Yisrael should have the same pegam. Therefore, We don't want you to bring it inside you. Don't bring it into your pnimis. We want you to be am kosher, that there'll be no pigam inside you, because Yaakov was the sherish of Klal Yisrael. So if we are going to be eating that same thing that he brought in, that where he was nifkam, so we're going to have that pigam in us, and it'll, so to speak, have an opening for the Sinai Yisrael to be pigam in us. Therefore, it's not pshat, therefore we have a new Issa. It's pshat that the Rabbanu Shlomo with this Issa is doing us the biggest teva in the world. They're saying, I'm giving you, you want to call it a school or call it whatever you want to call it, but I'm giving you the best medicine ever to keep away these people who, or whoever it is, the Klippas, the Malachim, whatever it is, I want to be pagam in you, and therefore, that's why it's Adayim Azeh, that it should not be nifkam. So if you won't have a T-bone steak, which I think dafka comes from the backside of the animal, which we don't eat, nishka frelach. But you won't be nifkam, and we'll come out shalom. Shkoyach.